Hello, this is Doug Radnich with TooeleTV. Right now we're going to be speaking with Kirk Richards. He's a Utah County author who came out to the Tooele Children's Book Festival today, and we're glad to have him. Thanks for being here. First off, so you're an illustrator and an author. Which do you like doing better, writing or actually drawing the pictures?
I love the pictures. I love writing also, but if I had to choose, I think it's the illustration that really catches my interest the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would be more fun too. And as we can see here, we have some of your books: The Big Move, The Nativity, and I'll Be There with Bells On. Which would you say is the most popular book that you've written?
Well, we just came out with The Nativity this year, and it's had a tremendous response. So I'd have to say The Nativity. These other books that I brought are a little bit older, and we've just had kind of steady sales of those over the years. But The Nativity is the big one that we're promoting now.
Great. And are there any books that you have planned in the future that you're getting ready to write?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm actually not writing, but I'm abridging A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and I'll be illustrating that. That will come out for next Christmas. Yeah. And then I'll be doing an Easter book for the following spring.
Oh, awesome. Cool. And as an author and illustrator who lives in Utah County, Woodland Hills to be exact, right? How did you find out about the Tooele Children's Book Festival? Did you contact them or did they contact you?
Yeah, well, when I was first getting started as an author-illustrator, I did some signings at the Purple Cow bookstore in Tooele.
Yeah.
And so Isa Ventura was the one that was involved primarily in that bookstore, and then also is fundamentally involved with this program as well. So Isa asked me to come, and I was happy to do it.
Great. And what kind of things have you been doing here today with children or parents?
We have been, since I'm the illustrator, most of the other visiting authors are primarily authors. We've been doing a lot of drawing.
Yeah.
And that's fun. I think almost every kid likes to draw, and a lot of people over time lose that interest, or they lose confidence, and they don't draw as much later on in life. So it's fun to be with kids and to act like a kid. We've been drawing a lot of monsters, finishing each other's drawings, just kind of silly stuff. Yeah, no, I saw what you were doing in there with those kids, just letting them draw whatever their creative minds came up with. And I think that's really important, because a lot of kids might just think, oh, drawing is just something you do for fun, and they might not realize, oh, we could, make a book out of this, a real good story. I think pictures are so important, or it's such an important part of the whole process of making a children's book. So, yeah, that's great. And what would you say are some of the goals or aspirations you have as an author and illustrator? What would you like to help children or even adults see? Well, I think children just need to be encouraged, and I think that they receive that encouragement from their parents and their teachers usually. Hopefully, parents that are here will go home and encourage their kids in their creative pursuits. A lot of times, as adults, we might dismiss a drawing as something from childhood, something that's belongs in childhood, and not really give it the full encouragement that it deserves. And so I think the more creativity that can be encouraged in these kids, the better.
Great. What are some of the tools that you use while you're doing your arts? What are some of the paints or the other types of things that you use?
It depends on the painting, it depends on the book. For these for these books here, I usually start with acrylic paint, and depending on which book, sometimes I'll finish with acrylic, but a lot of times I'll start with acrylic paint and then turn it into an oil painting at the end. So acrylic paints, oil paints. Some of them are mixed media. In the I'll Be There with Bells On and the Nativity book, I used a lot of papers where I glued them onto the panel and to create textures that then I painted on top of. So they're kind of mixed media paintings.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's one of the great things about art is there are so many different things you can do to create a pretty picture. So are there, besides illustrating for children's books, have you done any other kind of art, like portrait art or maybe some photography as well?
I am a studio artist, so that's how I spend my days, is in the studio creating paintings. A lot of times they are spiritually themed paintings, a lot of angels, scenes from the Bible.
Thanks for talking with me, Kirk.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. This is Doug Radnich with TooeleTV.